looking at 50 years ago tonight, Gary scored 29 points against Egyptian. I don't know if he remembers that, but we beat Egyptian by 1 point. I looked that up today. Our second inductee is Gary L. Jackson, Jr. from the class of 1973. Gary led the undefeated regular season 1973 Eagles in scoring with 476 points and in rebounding with 239 rebounds. He led the 1972 team in scoring with 472 points and also in rebounding with 283 rebounds. He ranks in the top all time in field goals made with 428, free throws made 233, offensive rebounds 251, defensive rebounds 365, and total rebounds 616 rebounds for his high school career. He scored 1,089 points in his high school career. He was all South Egyptian Conference first team 2 years and was an all-state player. He played in college on a scholarship at Southeastern Illinois College and then went on to play 2 years at Fraternal College in Texas. So our second inductee, Gary Jackson.
Well, it's been a long time since I've been in the gym here. I recognize a few people. Really, one of the most important things when we played is we had a team. It wasn't one individual, it was a team. And it was good to play with these guys. You guys were really good, and you helped each of us become better players. One of these days, I have a question. I'd like to find out why we didn't press. It's something that I've thought about and relived over and over. I mean, when you take in, we was undefeated, which is a feat that's kind of hard to reach. And you take and relive some of the games over and over and over again. And we had some really good athletes. It was a lot of us, I think 4 out of the 5 starters came from Burnside. And I'd played with those guys through grade school. So it was really an honor to play and be an Eagle. So thank you.
Thank you, Gary. This will conclude our program for tonight. We invite you back next year. Maggie and Gary were the 40th and 41st members of our Hall of Fame. And so we look forward to adding a couple more next year, and we do need nominations. So if you have a good nominee you want to put up for next year, why, send it in. So thank you.
It's time for Vienna Eagle basketball right here on WIBH Net 3. This Vienna Eagle basketball broadcast is brought to you in part by Southern Trust Bank, Goddard Auto Body, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Russ Kruger, Golson Financial Services, Trevelyan Brothers Construction, Lawrence Bean Insurance Agency, Bailey Monument Company, Rusty's Home Centers, H&R Block of Anna, Trevelyan Farms, Vienna Automotive Center, and Fowler Heating and Cooling. Let's head out to the gym for Vienna Eagle basketball. Here's the voice of the Eagles, Ron Ellis.
And good evening, everybody, from Vienna High School. I'm Ron Ellis for WIBH, and for the Vienna High School Connection, we've got Landon Webb behind us and Nick Johnson, or Jonathan Simmons, rather, working the board behind us here this evening. And we just had an inductee, two inductees to the Hall of Fame for the Vienna High School. The first was Maggie Ross with a class of 1997, and she was the Vienna High School Most Valuable Athlete. In 1996, she batted .362 for a career with 147 hits and 127 RBIs, helping to lead the Lady Eagles to 4 straight regional championships and 2 state tournament appearances. As a pitcher, this is phenomenal. As a pitcher, she had a career record of 80 wins and 18 losses in her 4 years at Vienna High School. She had a 1.15 ERA, struck out 666 batters, and did that in 566 innings. So striking out a 1 per inning is a phenomenal feat, but she had 100 more in her career. She had 28 wins in each of her junior and senior seasons. She received a scholarship to play at University of Evansville, where she pitched for 4 years and was named the Missouri Valley Conference Pitcher of the Year in 2000. In basketball, she ranks 5th in Vienna High School basketball in three-point shots made, 103. During her 4 years, the Lady Eagles won 84 games and 2 regional titles. She won the IHSA Country Company's three-point contest and was named Queen of the Hill. And to be named Queen of the Hill, what happens is they have a Class A winner, which was, they had the 2-class system back then. So she won the Class A championship for three-point contest, went head-to-head with the champion from 2A and won that one. So she was the she was the #1 three-point shooter in that year, which is a tremendous feat. So Maggie Ross, the class of 1997, inducted into the Hall of Fame. She is the 40th person inducted to the Vienna High School Hall of Fame, and this being January of 2023. The other person that I went to high school with, Gary L. Jackson Jr. He was a graduate of the 1973 class. He led undefeated regular season in 1973 Eagles in scoring with 476 points and in rebounding with 239 rebounds. In 1972, he led the team in scoring with 472 points and rebounding 283 rebounds. He ranks in the top 10 all-time in field goals with 428 field goals made. He made 233 free throws. He had 251 offensive rebounds, 365 defensive rebounds, and total rebounds of 616. He scored 1,089 points in his high school career. He was named to the All-South Egyptian Conference first team his junior and senior years, and he played college on a scholarship at Southeastern Illinois College in junior college, and then went on to Laterno College in Texas. And I asked him where that was. He's going to come up and talk with us at halftime. And that was just south of Texarkana and just north of Shreveport, Louisiana. So not far from Arkansas. But Gary L. Jackson Jr., a class of 1973, was inducted in January of 2023. He was the 41st person inducted into the Vienna High School Hall of Fame. And congratulations to those two people, Maggie Ross and Gary Jackson. And like I said, Gary will come up at halftime, and we'll talk with him a little bit during the halftime here today between the Vienna Eagles and the Sesser-Vailer Red Devils. Coming into this game today, Sesser-Vailer, these two teams met on January the 3rd, and Vienna won 76-49 up at Sesser. But Sesser's been playing a little better basketball. They are just 5-16 on the season. Vienna comes into this game 23-3. And Vienna is 8-0 in the conference. So the JV won tonight. They're 15-0 overall and 9-0 in the Black Diamond West Conference with a couple of conference games left still coming up. We still have, after tonight, Johnston City, Christopher, and Goreville to go. So a lot of basketball still to be played. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back for more pregame right after these messages.
Life changes, then it changes again. That's why when it comes to your financial goals, the Edward Jones philosophy is you can't predict the unexpected, but you can prepare. Challenges such as job loss, change in health, or loss of a loved one could disrupt your family's financial security. Edward Jones financial advisor Russ Kruger can help you prepare for life's ups and downs. Call 618-658-2222 to get your plan in place. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Rusty's Home Center in Anna, Vienna, and Goreville wishes all the teams in Union and Johnson counties good luck this basketball season. It's nice to see you back on the hardwood. Speaking of hardwood, go to Rusty's for all of your lumber needs for new construction or home repair. Or if you need new doors, new windows, a new roof, or you want a new kitchen, they can do it all at Rusty's Home Center in Anna, Vienna, and Goreville. Call Rusty's in Anna at 618-833-2101, in Vienna at 618-658-3761, or in Goreville at 618-995-5068. We'll all leave a legacy of memories behind, and your wishes are of the utmost concern. Whether you choose traditional burial, cremation, or mausoleum entombment, let Bailey Monument Company in Vienna assist you with the design of a custom memorial. Since 2012, they have provided a full line of cemetery monuments, markers, mausoleums, cremation memorials, and pet memorials. Bailey Monument Company, 618-658-2311, a proud sponsor of Vienna Eagles and Lady Eagles basketball.
Vienna Automotive Center is much more than just tires, brakes, and oil changes. They can also work on your exhaust systems, engine and transmission replacements, digital vehicle inspections, transmission and coolant flushes, and brake system flushes. And talk to them about their induction cleaning service, a great way to improve your vehicle's performance and gas mileage. Vienna Automotive Center, 35 Industrial Drive, Vienna. Call 618-658-1112 for an appointment. Proud sponsor of Vienna Eagles and Lady Eagles basketball.
And we're back here at Vienna High School getting ready for the start of this evening's game between the Vienna Eagles and the Sesser-Vailer Red Devils. Pass this along to everyone. Got a text from Russ Kruger just a little bit ago, and he's one of the coaches with New Simpson Hill. And New Simpson Hill Grade School won the small school Class A, or small school regional today by 30 points over Adams School, formerly the Creel Springs School, to advance to the state at Wren Lake College. They're going to play St. John's Lutheran Parochial School up by Redbud, and that game will be next Saturday evening at 6 o'clock p.m. at Wren Lake College. 16 teams are left in the state, and that's the Southern Illinois Junior High State Tournament. And that is, if you've never been to Wren Lake for that, my son, when we were back a long time ago, went to Marion Junior High, and they were in the large schools. And his junior, or 7th and 8th grade year both, they went to state at Wren Lake, and that is a phenomenal setting. They have Class S for small schools, Class M for medium schools, and then Class L for the large schools. And if you can imagine, that place is packed for those games. It is a phenomenal setting, and it's like a Final Four with the NCAA. The way the Wren Lake College is set up, it's a bowl. It's like the old Carterville School gym that they used to have. El Dorado is like that. It's set below ground, and it's in a bowl setting, and the stands are packed, and people will be 10. It's in a horseshoe. The way the stands are set up there at Wren Lake College, and they'll be 10 deep all the way around that horseshoe, and it is a great setting. So if you want to get up there and watch New Simpson Hill, and they have a very good basketball team this year, if you want to watch them play St. John's Lutheran next Saturday night, you better get there early, because I haven't seen the pairings or anything, but they will have I'm sure they'll have a couple of games before 6 o'clock, and that place will be rocking and rolling. It's a fun atmosphere. So back to this game. Tonight's game, the Sesser-Vailer Red Devils come in, and they're going to have their 10th different starting lineup here this evening. And so it's different than what we saw back just 3 weeks ago on January the 3rd. But their starting lineup will go like this. A 6'1 senior, a guard, number 10, Gabe Guntner. Also at a guard, a 6-foot freshman, number 20, Kyan Short. At a forward, a 6'2 junior, number 24, Colt Packer. He is really good. The other forward, a 6-foot sophomore, number 41, Brandon Minzer. And his brother, a 6'4" senior, a center, number 42, Blake Minzer. Head coach is Tommy Holder. Assistant coaches are Marcus Clary and Garrett Guntner. And the Sesser-Vailer JV had a lead, a 5-point lead at halftime, and the Eagles came back to take care of business. And I was busy getting some things done to get set up, and I didn't write the final score down, but they won by about 15, 20 points right in there as they finally took care of things in the second half. But late in the third quarter, Vienna only led by 3 points before they finally took control of the JV game. With the win, once again, the JV remain undefeated. They're 15-0 and 9-0 in the conference. For the Vienna starting five tonight, a very familiar starting five. At a guard, a 6'2" junior, number 22, Owen Treat. Also at a guard, a 5'9" senior, number 23, Caden Vaughn. At a forward, a 6'5" senior, number 2, Charlie King. Another forward, a 6'3" junior, number 4, Tommy Hallhubner. And the third forward, a 6'2" junior, number 10, Dayton Nichols. 22-3 is Vienna's record coming into tonight's game. 8-0 in the conference, and they've got 4 big conference games left. Tonight is one of them. Then we go next Tuesday night. We'll take on Hamilton County in a non-conference game. That'll be a big game because that'll be right as the seedings are happening. Johnston City comes into Vienna on Friday, February the 3rd. And then on Friday, February the 10th, we play Christopher here in a return game. And then Saturday, the Johnson County Shootout, round 3, February the 11th, going to go to Goreville. And folks, I have a seat. I know I have a table there, but you need to get there early because that place will be packed, absolutely packed. All of those games, the Hamilton County, Johnston City, Christopher games all here start at 6:15 for the JV game, and the varsity game will start shortly thereafter. Be at 6:15 also, and then we finish up on the road Tuesday, February the 14th at Century, and that's a 6:15 JV start also. And then starting on Saturday, February the 18th, is regional play. So that ought to be real interesting. We're going to find out in about 10 days, roughly, what the seedings are, and then we'll find out within 24 hours or so after that what the pairings will be. The girls, then we'll find out next week what the pairings and the seedings are next week. February 1st, the seedings come out and the pairings come out on Tuesday, February 2nd. So it'll be, we're wrapping this season up real quick. The girls, as you heard here today, lost 57-39, and the JV lost their second game of the season. The JV dropped to 13-2 overall, 5-1 in conference play, and the varsity dropped to 15-10 with the loss. They're 4-2 in the conference, and with that win, Christopher is undefeated at 8-0 in the conference, and they clinched first place in the Black Diamond West. So they were awarded the conference trophy today for the conference win. Amaya Hargrove had 35 of the 57 points here this morning, actually early afternoon. So Vienna has 3 home games left after they've been on the road the entire month. They've only had 2 home games this month, back on January the 12th against Massac County, and then January 26th, just a couple Thursday night, against Carbondale. They finish the season at home in the regular season. Thursday, February 2nd, they take on Goreville right here. Monday, February 6th, Johnson City right here. And then they finish on the 9th of February, Thursday night, against the Nashville Hornets. So they've got 3 tough games left: Goreville, Johnson City, and Nashville. Senior night will be Thursday, February the 9th, as the final 3 games are here at the friendly confines of Vienna High School. Once again, all 3 of those games, JV games, start at 6:15, and then we'll have regional play starting Saturday, February the 11th, and that's for all 4 classes. They do that with the boys and the girls now, and they only take the top 4 teams to, this year it's Assembly Hall in Champaign. We're about 1:40 away from the start of this evening's game. That wraps up everything coming in down the pike, and the Vienna Eagles are going to have to come out today, and we'll see how well Sesser does in trying to slow Vienna down, and they really don't want to run with Vienna. I was talking to their coach, Tommy Holder, and he longtime resident of Jackson, not Jackson, where Mount Vernon is, and just had a senior moment. But he's lived up there in the Mount Vernon area for a long time, Sesser area, and went to Wren Lake College, and then went on to college beyond that. Played basketball all 4 years, so he's still in great shape. He could looks like he could step out on the floor and play basketball now. And we're just about ready for our national anthem. We have 2 of the same 3 officials. Craig Partridge is one of them.
Gentlemen, welcome to Vienna High School. You're the home of the
and
Eagles.
The other one is the short one that's going to be tipping it up here at center court. He's from Marion.
Devils of Sesser-Vailer here.
And the other one is one of the Blondie boys. Not Rob, he's the other one.
I'd like to ask if you'd all please rise and face the flag.
And we're going to have our national
Honor
anthem.
America with the singing of our national anthem by Vienna High School freshman Miss Kiara Coots.
Tara Coots will be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Very nice rendition. And we're just about ready for the starting lineups.
I have a news release here. New Simpson Hill Mustangs defeated Adams School 57-26 today to win the Class S regional tournament. They will face St. John's Lutheran next Saturday, February 4th at 6:15 at Red Lake College in the Class S state tournament. Now let's meet the lineup for the Red Devils of Sesser-Vailer High School. At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Gabe Gunter. Also at guard, a 6-foot freshman, number 20, Kyan Short. At forward, a 6'2", junior, number 24, Colt Packard. Another forward, a 6'4", sophomore, number 41, Brandon Minzer. And the big man in the middle is a 6'4" senior, number 42, Blake Minzer. Head coach for the Red Devils is Tommy Holder. He's assisted by Marcus Clary and Garrett Gunter. All right, Eagles fans, get on your feet. You know the drill. It's time to meet your Eagles. At 1'4", a 6'3" junior, number 4, Tommy Holder. And another forward, a 6'2" junior, number 10, David Nichols. And at one guard, a 6'2" junior, number 22, Owen Treat. And a forward, a 6'5" senior, number 2, Charlie Kane. And last but not least, the guard, a 6'1" senior, number 23, Hato Vaughn. Head coach for your Eagles is Stephen Greer. He's assisted by Robert Webb, Chris Watson, Ross Hill, and Dawson Hill.
So we are just about ready for action here. We'll see who the officials are here in just a moment. I know Craig Partridge is one, and I'm pretty sure one is a blondie, and I just can't think of the other one's name, the one that's going to be tossing up at center court.
The officials for tonight's contest, Jeff Tarleton, Brad Wilson, and Craig Partridge.
Brad Wilson, he's not a blondie. So Jeff Tarleton is the one I was trying to think of. Jeff Tarleton, and tossing it up here. Vienna going from your left to right, and the tip is controlled by King. Vaughn has it in the front court, brings it across the 10-second line, man-to-man pressure by the Red Devils. Hallhumner on the right side into King. King turns, spins, kicks it over to Nichols. Nichols has the ball knocked away from him and stolen away. Vienna with the first turnover of the basketball game. Into the front court with the ball comes Guntner. Guntner picks it out on top over to Short. Short goes on the right side. Back out on top to Minzer. And that's Blake. Blake takes it all the way in, puts it off the glass and scores. And Blake Minzer draws first blood here. It's 2-0 Sesser. Into the front court comes King. Shake and bake move into the paint, kicks it out on top to Hallhumner. Hallhumner doesn't take the three, puts it off the glass, no good. Tip up by Nichols. He gets it out of there with the rebound, and he steps out of bounds. Second turnover on the Eagles. They're not pressing. They get it into Gabe Guntner, and he brings it up against Vaughn into the front court. Vaughn just token pressure. Left side over to Packard. Packard, nice pass and a walk. Brandon Minzer takes a walk-on reading, and with 59 seconds gone, Vienna looking for their first basket. Into the front court, with the ball is Vaughn. Right side, over to Treat. Shake and bake move, goes baseline, cut off. Skip it out on top to Vaughn. Vaughn into the paint, left side over to Hullhumner. His 17-footer is good, and Hullhumner ties it at 2. Quickly into the front court come the Sesser-Vailer Red Devils. Right side, over to Short. Short out on top, over to Brandon. Brandon left side to Guntner. Guntner to Packer. Packer is their biggest scorer. A little drive in the paint, no good. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul on number 10 is Dayton Nichols. First on the Eagles, first in the game, and to the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Colt Packer. His first free throw with 6:25 to go in the first quarter is no good. Packer is ready. Guntner, Short, Packer, Brandon Minzer, Blake Minzer for the Red Devils. Second free throw is good. He gives them the lead back at 3-2. Vaughn quickly into the front court for the Eagles. Over to Treat, and he walks. 3 turnovers on 3 straight trips down the floor for the Eagles. Vaughn, Hullhumner, Nichols, King, and Treat, the 5 Eagles on the floor. Now we're going to press. It's a 2-1-2 full court press. Guntner gets it over to Packer. Packer brings it into the front court with the dribble and throws it away. King down to Treat. Treat's able to catch up to it and put it up and in. Nice assist by Charlie King and gives Vienna the lead at 4-3. Second turnover on the Red Devils. Right side, over to Short. His long 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Brandon Minzer with the rebound, up and in, and he has 2, and it's 5-4. Red Devils into the front court. In the left side's Treat, out on top to Vaughn. 5:40 to go in the first. Vaughn takes a dribble over to Hullhumner. Right side to King. King drives into the lane. Little fadeaway jumpers, too strong. Fight for the rebound. Hullhumner comes out of there with it, and he steps out of bounds. 4 turnovers on the Eagles. They only had 11 in the last game we played them back in January 3rd. We've got 4 already. Guntner gets it over to Blake. Almost into the front court to Packer. Now he brings it across 10-second line. Throws it in the right corner to Short. His 3 off the front of the rim. No good. Fight for the rebound. Vaughn has it. Vaughn wants to run. Into the front court over to Nichols. Nichols takes it down, loses the ball, gets it back in midair, puts it up and in. And that makes it 6-5. Vienna, our 3rd straight trip for a lead change. Packer for 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound by Brandon Minzer. Out on top to Packer. And with 4:50 to go here in the first quarter, Packer dribbling out on top, working against Treat. Gets it out on top over to Guntner. Left side over to Brandon. Back out on top to Blake. They work it around the exterior. Right side over to Guntner. Guntner looks inside, nothing there. They throw it away. Hullhumner is able to save it and just throws it down. Oh, he got to Treat. Treat takes it to the hole, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes out of there to Brandon Minzer. Then they quickly into the front court to Guntner. Guntner, left side, shot up by Short is good. It's a 3. 8-6. Sesser-Vailer, our 4th lead change here in the first half. Stolen by Packer. Packer goes down, lays it up, and scores. 5 turnovers on Vienna. Packer with his first field goal, and it's 10-6. Sesser. 3 points for Packer. 4 minutes exactly. Treat for 3 off the side of the rim. No good. Fight for the rebound. Comes out there to Guntner. Guntner, baseball pass down to Brandon, lays it up, misses the bunny. Treat brings it down to Vaughn. Vaughn slows it up over to Nichols. Nichols drives baseline, cut off, little 10-footers, good! Dayton Nichols has 4, and it's 10-8. Sesser with the basketball into the front court. Down inside over to Brandon. Brandon kicks it back out on top to Packer, and Packer will set it up. 3:30 to go here in the first quarter, 10-8. Sesser-Vailer, we've had 4 lead changes and 1 tie. Blake has it. Minzer, left side over to Packer. Packer looks inside. He goes left baseline. He walks, no call. Guntner out on top over to Short. His 3 way off the front of the rim, and it'll go out of bounds off of Sesser. 3:11 to go in the first, and we're going to have a timeout called by Sesser-Vailer within in the lead, 10-8. It's a 30. I'll take a break. We're going to get a drink. I'll be right back.
Life packs plenty of surprises. You never know what waits around the next corner, but you can prepare for it. Ask your local Pekin insurance agent about an affordable term or whole life insurance policy. You'll worry less, enjoy your time more, and have a plan for the unexpected. Request a free life insurance quote at PekinInsurance.com and start protecting your future today. In Vienna, contact Chester Lawrence at Lawrence & Bean Insurance Agency at 618-658-9121, and they'll go beyond the expected for you.
We're back. 10-8 is our score. Sesser-Vailer out in front. We've had 4 lead changes and 1 tie here in the first quarter. And it's been a very up and down game here this evening. Into the front court, Caden Vaughn with the dribble. Man-to-man pressure by both teams both ways. Hullhumner in the corner to Treat. His 3 off the back of the rim. Coming out of there with Packer, 2-on-1 going the other way. Over to Blake, and he is fouled, and this may go against Nichols. Oh, Charlie King with the foul. That'll be his first. 2:52 to go. Treat with 2 points, King with no points here in the early going. And King hasn't had a shot yet. Brandon Minzer's free throw is good. Coming in for the Red Devils is Tony Kistner, 6-foot freshman. He started when we played them last couple of weeks ago. Second free throw is also good by Brandon Minzer, and it's 12-8. Into the front court, Vienna brings the ball. King, free throw line, can't get the shot off, over to Treat. And Brandon Minzer is on King. Vaughn out on top to King. King to Treat into the paint. Little jumper is no good. Rebound comes out there to Guntner. Working against Treat, and they throw it away. That's the third turnover on Sesser-Vailer. 5 on Vienna with 2:28 to go here in quarter number 1. Owen Treat right at the Sesser bench. Gets it in to Vaughn. Out on top to King. King, shake and bake move into the paint. Little finger roll, no good. Blake Minzer with the rebound. Blake's going to bring it up into the front court. Passes it over to Kistner. Kistner into the paint. Stops, drags his foot, no call. Out to short for 3, no good. Treat with the rebound. Baseball pass down to Nichols. Nichols is going to be called with a block. Wow. That was one of those 50-50 calls that Rick Metcalf talks about all the time, and this one went for the Vienna Eagles. Goes against Gabe Guntner. That's their first, and Dayton Nichols will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Vienna trails by 4. First free throw, no good, rolls around and out. 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. And back in, Packer replaces Guntner. Second free throw by Dayton. He's ready. And the left-hander's free throw is nothing but the bottom of the net, and it's 12-9. He has 5 points on the evening. Packer brings the ball into the front court. Hullhumner is trying to force him to his left. He goes left into the paint, kicks it out over to Kistner. Kistner into the paint, kicks it in the right corner over to Packer. Packer dumps it down to Blake, out on top. Packer for 3, got it. Colt Packer has 6, and it's 15-9. Sesser with her largest lead of the game. King takes it to the top of the key, over to Vaughn. Vaughn into Hullhumner, 15-footer is good. Hullhumner has 4, and it's 15-11. 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. Packer brings it up against Hullhumner. Hullhumner forces him to his left. He makes it to the right to Short. Short steps inside the arc, down on top to Brandon. Brandon, backdoor cut by Packer. Packer off the glass and in. 17-11. Sesser all the way down, and we're going to have a foul as Owen Treat goes to the basket. The foul on Sesser-Vailer, 24, and he'll shoot 2. That's Colt Packer with his first foul, team second. Owen Treat to the free throw line. He has 1 field goal here for 2 points, and we'll go to the line with Vienna trailing by 6 with 59.5 seconds to go. The first free throw is good. Guntner comes back in for short. Owen Treat has 3 points now. Charlie King is yet to score. King shot 1 shot, I believe. Brandon Minzer's done a good job of defending him. Second free throw is no good, and Brandon Minzer with the rebound into the front court. Guntner comes in with 50 seconds to go. Guntner out to Brandon Minzer, left side over to Packer. Packer behind the back dribble, double team, gets out of it. Oh, what a nice pass down on the low block over to Kistner. Kistner up and in as he got free on the inside. 19-12. Quickly the other way. Vaughn for 3. No good. Rebound. Knocked loose. Nichols dives for it. And it's still loose on the ground. We're going to get a tie-up. Possession arrow goes to Sesser. 24.7 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. 19-12, the Red Devils. And they've led for a long time. They took the lead at 8-6 and have kept it the entire way. Guntner brings it into the front court, working against Vaughn. 15 seconds to go. Bounces it out on top to Blake Minzer. Left side over to Brandon. Brandon to Packer. Packer takes a couple of dribbles. Throws it into the right corner over to Guntner. Guntner for 3, rims out of there. King with the rebound at the buzzer, and that's the way the first quarter comes to a close. A good quarter for Sesser-Vailer. They lead the Vienna Eagles 19-12. We'll be right back.
Susie and Danny Joe Trevelyan, along with Joel and Judd and the families of Trevelyan Farms in Grantsburg, wish the Vienna boys and girls basketball teams good luck. Congratulations to the seniors for all your dedication and hard work. And good luck not only this season, but for the rest of your lives. Once again, good luck to all the Vienna teams from Trevelyan Farms.
Hi, I'm Steve Fowler, owner of Fowler Heating and Cooling. Did you know that we are your true local solar power installer right here in Southern Illinois? Let Fowler Heating and Cooling bring you the power of the sun. Many installations require little or no money out of your pocket. And at Fowler Heating and Cooling, our name goes on everything we do. So you know you're getting the best solar power services in the area. Learn more at FowlerHeatingandCooling.com or call us today at 997-5288.
We're back. 5 people in the scoring column for Sesser, leading the way Colt Packer with 8 points. 4 points for Brandon Minzer, 3 points for Kyan Short, 2 for Tony Kistner off the bench, and 2 for Blake Minzer. They had 3 turnovers. They were 3 of 4 from the free throw line for 75%. Vienna only had 3 people in the scoring column. Owen Treat gets it to King, and he misses the bunny and then picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul. Dayton Nichols, the leading scorer for Vienna with 5, 4 for Tommy Hullhumner, 3 for Owen Treat, and King and Vaughn did not score in the first quarter. Full court pressure by Vienna. Packer with King on him. He's got 2 fouls. Guntner brings it into the front court, picks up the dribble, and gets it over to Blake Minzer, and he misses the bunny. Treat with the rebound over to King. King into the corner to Vaughn. Wide open 3. Got it! Caden Vaughn fixes that problem of him not scoring. He drains a 3, and it's 19-15. Quickly coming into the front court is Guntner. He walks, no call, over to Blake, and he throws it away. 4 turnovers on Sesser-Vailer, 5 on Vienna, and Marcado Constante had a great JV game. He had, I believe, 28 points in the JV game. He exploded that game. Treat on the right side to Vaughn. 15-footer, doesn't get the roll. Coming out there with it was Packer. Up to Short. Short goes down and Vaughn knocks it out of bounds. Little contact, nothing called. And with 7:06 to go in the first half, it'll be Sesser-Vailer basketball under their own goal. Colt Packer will look to inbound it. He slaps the ball. They're in the box. They move it out and way out on top to Guntner between the circles. Guntner goes on the right side, working against Vaughn. We're down to 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Packer has it on the right wing, down underneath the Blake. Ball's knocked away by Treat, and they're going to get Treat with the foul. That'll be Owens' first. Fourth team foul on Vienna. It'll be a Sesser basketball under their own goal. Packer looks to get it into the right corner to Short, and Nichols is going to pick up the touch foul. That'll be Nichols' second. Fifth team foul. And with 6 minutes and 53 seconds, we've had 2 fouls on Vienna on this possession. Packer gets it into Kistner. Out on top over to Short. Left side to Guntner. Guntner in the corner to Packer. His three off the front of the rim. No good. Long rebound comes out to Guntner. Guntner has it knocked away from him. Ball, Nichols is on the ground, and it's stolen back by Sesser. Short for three. In and out. No good. Blake with the rebound. He puts it up and scores. Blake Minzer has 4, and it's 21-15. Quickly the other way. Nichols puts a shot up. No good. Packer with the rebound. Packer gets it to Guntner into the front court. Guntner goes right side, stop and go, picks up the dribble, gets it to Short. Short with 6:12 to go in the first half, and it's a 21-15 lead, and they throw it away. Treat with the steal, and he couldn't stay in bounds. 6:05 to go. So close, and yet so far away. Cato, Hullhumner, Vaughn, Nichols, and Treat. The 5 Eagles on the floor right now. King with 2 fouls is sitting down into the back court over to Packer. Marcato, Constante knocks the ball loose. It'll stay with Sesser. Full court pressure. Coming in back into the game is Brandon Minzer. He's going to replace Colt Packer. Packer has 8 points. Nichols had 5, Hullhumner 4, and Owen Treat 3. And since the first quarter's ended, Vaughn has a 3-pointer. Vaughn knocks it out of bounds. So 4 people in the scoring column for Vienna, and the most with anybody was 5. 5:59 to go, and the Eagles trail by 6. They get into Guntner. Guntner picks up the dribble to Blake. Blake brings it across the half line, gets it to Short. Short in the right corner, over out to Blake for 3. He got it. Blake Minzer hits a 3. He's got 7, and it's 24-15. Sesser, holy moly. Cato with the basketball. Treat to Cato. Cato's pushed. That's a push by number 25, Tony Kistner. That could almost be ruled an intentional foul. It wasn't. It could have been. 24-15, a 9-point Sesser lead. First free throw, no good. And Buddy Clay's coming in for Hullhumner. Coach Dreer's trying to find a combination that could work on the inside. Sesser's done a good job of throttling the Vienna offense. Second free throw by Cato is good. He has 1 point, 24-16. Deep down for Brandon Minzer is up and in as they break the press, 26-16. Quickly coming the other way is Treat. He backs it up into the right corner. Out on top over to Vaughn. Vaughn to Cato. Cato in the left corner to Treat. He drives baseline. Little finger roll is good. Treat with 5, and it's 26. Baseball pass down to Kistner. Off the glass, no good. And we're going to get a tie-up. And Vienna's not getting back on defense. Sesser's doing to Vienna what they do to everybody else. 4:54 to go in the first half. And we're going to have a jump ball. Vienna will they'll go to Sesser, and then Packer's wanting to come in. He's going to replace Blake Minzer, who wants a blow. This has been a fast-paced game, and Sesser's winning it. Kistner gets it in onto Brandon. Long three by Short is good! Kyan Short hits another three, and it's 29-18. Quickly, Treat from 15, shot up, no good, and we're going to have a foul by Vienna on the rebound, and I think it's Buddy Clay. 4:41 to go. It is on Buddy Clay. That's his first. Vienna wants a 30-second timeout. We'll take a 30 ourselves and be right back.
Are you saving enough to maintain your current lifestyle throughout your retirement years? Is it time to increase your retirement plan contributions? Is your asset allocation consistent with your retirement planning goals? Rodney Golson at Golson Financial Services can help you determine if it would be in your best interest to revisit your retirement planning goals. Call him today at 618-658-7008 or simply stop by the office to arrange a free, no-obligation personal consultation. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC.
29-18, Sesser-Vailer leads the Vienna Eagles. Cato, Vaughn, Clay, Treat, and Nichols, the 5 Eagles on the floor right now. Packer, Guntner, Short, Kistner, and Gunter, back, and Kistner. All right, Short and Kistner. They throw it into the front court. Short for 3 off the back of the rim, and the rebound is going to be foul going against Brandon Minzer on the rebound, I think. No, number 25, Tony Kistner. That'll be his second. That's just the 4th team foul. Vienna has 6, so Sesser's in the bonus if Vienna fouls. Behind the back dribble by Vaughn, over to Treat. Treat thought about a 3, doesn't take it, steps back beyond the arc to the volleyball line and sets up the offense. Treat goes to the right side, is pushed, no foul, and then Buddy Clay is hammered. Treat gets pushed twice, no call. Foul on number 10, Gabe Guntner is his second, and Buddy Clay will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Buddy's first, no good. Vienna having a tough time tonight from the field and the free throw line. Buddy Clay's second free throw is no good also. Blake with the rebound. He gets it over to Packer. Packer throws it over the top to Kistner. Kistner, skip pass. They get it to Brandon. Out on top to Packer. Right side to Kistner. Kistner picks up the dribble. Hands it off to Packer. Packer goes all the way down. Skip pass. Oh, what a beautiful pass to Brandon Minzer. Up and in. Brandon has 8, and it's 31-18. Wow. Vaughn. Crossover dribble to Treat in the corner. Treat has Kistner on him. Down underneath the Nichols. Nichols kicks it out to Vaughn. On top to Cato. Back to Treat. Wide open 3. Got it! Owen Treat has 8. And it's 31-21. Back to just 10-point deficit. Full court pressure. Thrown away. But Blake comes up with the loose ball. Step back for 3. Good by Short. Kyan Short hits his third 3. And it's 34-21. Sesser with a 13-point lead. Again, Treat is fouled. This will go against Tony Kistner. That'll be Kistner's third. And a 6th-team foul. It'll be Vienna basketball out by the Sesser bench. Sesser wants a timeout. It's a full timeout. 3 minutes to go in the first half. 34-21 Sesser-Vailer over Vienna.
Southern Trust Bank in Vienna would like to wish Vienna Eagle boys coach Dreer and Vienna Eagle girls coach Metcalf good luck this basketball season. Southern Trust Bank is locally owned with branches in Goreville and Marion and an ATM at the Lake of Egypt. With home interest rates at record lows, call them for help lowering your monthly mortgage payment or let them assist you in buying that new house. Or talk to them if you need financing for a new auto or truck. Southern Trust Bank, 618-658-8888.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. At H&R Block, help is here. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
This is Mary Kay Harris from your locally owned H&R Block in Anna, Illinois. We're open early and late for your convenience. So whether it's day or night, we're here to help.
We're back. 3 minutes exactly to go in the first half, and it's a 13-point lead by Sesser. Vienna has been outscored 15-9 here in this quarter. Vaughn with the basketball out on top. Sesser man-to-man. Vienna's gone man-to-man also. Treat, long three. Got it again! Owen Treat drains another three. And it's 34-24 into the front court quickly. Out on top is Blake with the ball. He gets it to Packer. Packer kicks it left side over to Brandon. Back out on top to Packer. Packer with Cato on him to Blake. Blake should have walked. Didn't get it called. Packer over to Blake. And they want to run the clock. Vienna man-to-man. Out on top. Blake has it. Blake between the circles. Gets by with a push-off. Behind the back dribble. Right side over to Short. Short working against Nichols. Goes down. Cato knocks it out of bounds as they were trying to get it to Kistner. And they've taken 57 seconds off the clock. About 50 seconds. Because Treat hit that three-pointer. Over to Short. And the ball's knocked away into the front court. Back again with 1:54 to go. They get it to Blake. He goes, takes a couple of dribbles, picks it up, out on top to Brandon. Brandon hands it off to Packer. Back to Brandon. Reverse layup is good. He's got 10, and it's 36-24. 12-point lead for Sesser. 1:35 to go here in the first half. Treat working against Kistner. To Hallhubner, or that's Packer. Treat backs it up, bounces it over to Vaughn. 1:23 to go in the first half. Vaughn, crossover dribble, goes left side, and then almost throws it away. Soft hands by Treat to catch it. Long three by Treat, air ball, and it goes out of bounds after being batted around off of Sesser. It'll be Vienna basketball under their own goal. And Nichols and Hallhubner did a good job of trying to keep that alive. Hallhubner will inbound it under his own goal. Way out on top to Treat. Treat thought about a three, doesn't take it. Kicks it back to Cato. He'll take the three off the front of the rim. Rebound. Comes out long to Cato. Hallhubner out on top to Treat. Treat right side to Tommy. His three. Got it! Tommy Hallhubner hits a three, and it's 36-27. Underneath a 10-point deficit. 45 seconds to go. Packer, double team, gets it over in the front court over to Kistner. Kistner to Blake, or to in the right corner is Short. Wide open three, he drains it. He's got 4 threes this quarter, and it's 39-27. Treat into the front court with 28 seconds to go. Back to Cato. Cato for three, too strong. Rebound by Blake, and Tommy Hallhubner is going to pick up the foul, and we'll walk to the other side of the floor for a 1-and-1. That'll be Hallhubner's first with 23 seconds exactly to go. James Weatherroad going to come in for Cato. 23 seconds exactly to go here in this first half. Blake Minzer to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's got 7 points on the evening. Sesser has a 12-point lead, and he misses the front end. Holhumner with the rebound. Down to Winter Road. Out on top to Nichols. Kicks it out to Treat for 3 from the corner. Got it! Oh, and Treat drains a 3, and it's 39-30 into the front court. And they have to call a timeout because they can't get the ball in. It'll be a 30. We're going to keep it right here with 7.1 seconds to go. And Vienna has cut it down to a 9-point deficit. Sesser, after they took the lead on a three-pointer 8-6, have been in control of this basketball game. Excuse me. Vienna, they're on defense, so I can say this, with 7.1 seconds to go. They had 5 turnovers in the first quarter. They've had no turnovers here in the second quarter. 1 turnover this quarter against Sesser, and that was turned into points. They have 4 for the game. Winter Road, Vaughn, Holhumner, Treat, and Nichols, the 5 people on the floor for the Eagles. Blake Minzer is looking to get it in. Packer and Winter Road going at it, and they get it in to Packer. Packer into the front court, all the way into the paint, and they get a charge. .24, Colt Packer with the charge. That's their 5th turnover, his 2nd foul. And coming into the game is Kyler Wilmore, a 5'11 sophomore, going to take Packer out. They don't want him to pick up another foul. 2.1 seconds to go. Vaughn with the basketball. They get it into Treat. Treat from center court. The shot won't count. It was off mark anyway. But that's how the first half comes to a close. 39-30. Sesser-Vailer will total everything up and be right back with stats and an interview with Gary Jackson.
Larry and Ned Trevelyan of Trevelyan Brothers Construction would like to wish the Vienna Eagles boys and girls basketball teams good luck this season. Call Trevelyan Brothers Construction for a bid for any residential or commercial construction need. They also can provide landscaping for your residential or commercial projects. Trevelyan Brothers Construction is located at 1915 State Route 146 East, Vienna, Illinois. Give Ned Trevelyan a call to set up a time for a quote at 618-658-4590.
The Goddard family at Goddard's Auto Body would like to welcome the Vienna girls and boys back to the hardwood. Goddard's Auto Body provides 24-hour towing, collision repair, brakes and shocks, alignments, oil changes, and configure your car or truck with a new set of tires. Goddard's Auto Body is located at 865 Old Route 146 Loop. Call them at 618-658-3191 and see what Goddard's Auto Body can do for you. From the Goddard family at Goddard's Auto Body, good luck to the Vienna girls and boys this season. Go Eagles! Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Russ Kruger, your Vienna Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Russ Kruger is a proud sponsor of Vienna Eagles and Lady Eagles basketball. For all of your investment needs, call Russ Kruger at 618-658-2222 or visit EdwardJones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And we're back here at Vienna High School. It's halftime, 39-30. Sesser-Vailer Red Devils leading, and they have led a good portion of this game. We had 4 lead changes consecutively on 4 straight possession changes in the first quarter. Sesser-Vailer took an 8-6 lead. They led 19-12 after 1 quarter, and they outscored Vienna 20-18 in the second quarter to open up a 9-point, 39-30 lead. 4 lead changes and 1 tie. 5 people in the scoring column for Sesser-Vailer. 12 points for Kylan Short with 4 threes. 10 points for Brandon Minzer, 4 field goals and 2 free throws. 8 points for Colt Packer. He didn't score in the second quarter. Had a 3, 2 deuces, and 1 of 2 free throws. 7 points for Blake Minzer, has a 3, 2 baskets, 0 of 2 from the line for 7 points. And Tony Kistner has a field goal for 2 points. They had 5 turnovers in the first half, and they're 3 of 6 from the free throw line for 50%. Vienna, they have 5 people in the scoring column. Leading scorer in the game is Owen Treat with 14 points, 3 threes, 2 deuces, and 1 of 2 free throws. A three-pointer by Caden Vaughn, 5 points for Dayton Nichols, 2 field goals and 1 of 2 free throws. Tommy Hallhumner has a 3 and 2 deuces for 7 points. And Buddy Clay, no points. He had 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Joe Winterroad played but did not score in that first quarter. And Vienna was 3 of 6 from the free throw line for only 50%, a very low number for them. And we've been joined by one of the 2 newest inductees into the Vienna Hall of Fame, the 40th and 41st people introduced into the Hall of Fame for Vienna High School. Mr. Gary L. Jackson Jr. graduated in 1973. And Gary, does it seem like it's been 50 years since you graduated high school?
No, it doesn't. It went by quick.
I can only imagine. So I was a sophomore when you graduated high school. I graduated in '76, and you played with the likes of Ross Hill, Bobby Trover, and I did not realize until I was reading this that I knew you were a very good rebounder, but I didn't realize how many points you scored, and 1,086 points for your career. But just scoring points wasn't it. You were a defensive hawk.
Well, it was a team effort. We played together. We had a lot of pressing, different presses, and it just, opportunity was there. So, like I say, it's more than just one person. It was a whole team. So the one team made us all good. So.
You know what's amazing, though, when you stop and look back at that period of time, 71 to, you would have, first year was 69?
Yes.
And Jim Wilson was our head coach back then, and it was when I got here.
Yeah. My freshman year, it was Coach Campbell, and then Coach Wilson came when I was a junior.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. But, you stop and look. You're a 1,000-point scorer. Bobby Trover was a 1,000-point scorer. Mark Bean was a 1,000-point scorer. Neil Martin played a little bit as a freshman when you're on your senior year, and he was a 1,000-point scorer. We had a lot of 1,000-point scorers in that short time frame.
Yes, we did. We had a lot of good athletes.
Did Ross Hill hit 1,000?
I don't know.
He was close.
He was close, but we had some really good athletes. So.
And that was a fun time.
It was.
In 73, if I remember right, 72, 73, was that the year we went 24-0?
Yes. In 73, we was 24-0.
And ranked 8th in the state.
Yes.
And a week before, we beat Carrier Mills at their home floor by 20 points or more, and then they come down here and changed it up a little bit and then beat us. And you ask me a question. It's a rhetorical question because nobody will ever know the answer. The question was?
Why we didn't press. When we was in, we pressed. It seems like it helped get our offense going because we were more motivated that way. And it seems like we just kind of changed our whole game plan that game. And
well, were you playing against Danny Jarrett with Century, the 7-footer?
Yes.
And I remember us doing practice and using a badminton racket to try to simulate his 7-foot height.
Yes.
He goes out to UNLV, and we picked him up in a full-court press coming out of the locker room for warm-ups.
Yep. We did. We had a game plan for him, and it was kind of funny because Coach Wilson took the tallest guy that we had. I believe it was Steve Johnson. And Steve was the one who carried the racket around, and he did a good job of batting stuff around, but it really helped us out. Mark Bean did an excellent job on him, though, too, in defense. He covered him real good.
Bean, he was a lot more than just a scorer. He was an all-around athlete. He was a shortstop on the baseball team, a pitcher, could shoot the basketball, was a guard and handled the ball, but he could post up and take it inside too.
Yep, he could. He could jump good too.
And what's it like when you got the call that you were going to be included with Maggie Ross as the 40th and 41st people into the Vienna Hall of Fame? What was your thoughts when that happened, Bud?
Well, first of all, I was kind of shocked because it's been 50 years, and I thought, maybe they forgot about our team. And truthfully, I feel blessed because I played with some good athletes back in school, and they were good people too. So that made it different. It was almost like a brotherhood. And it was, like I said before, it was a team effort. It wasn't just one individual. So
I'm going to shoot from memory here. I know you had yourself and Ross had already graduated. He was a senior when I was a freshman, so he graduated in '72, I believe, didn't he? Ross Hill, or well, we graduated. You graduated together. So you had you, Ross Hill, Mark Bean, Forrest Moreland, Stanley Treat was on that team.
Yeah.
Neil Martin played a little bit.
Sam Gray and also Jay Merchant.
Sam Gray, he was an unsung. Him and Jay Merchant and Stanley Treat were the Kurt Rambuses of the team. They weren't the main scorers, but boy, were they great on defense.
Yeah, they were. They were kind of like the enforcers. When they come in, Sam come in, he come in with a purpose. So
he came in off the bench. He would pick up 3 or 4 fouls in a hurry.
Yeah, but I mean, they were good fouls, though. I mean,
they were hustle fouls.
Yeah, a person know they'd been fouled when he fouled them too.
So 1,089 points, first team all-conference and the SEC conference for 2 years. That would have been your junior and senior years.
Yes.
And then playing on a scholarship at Southeastern Illinois College, and then went down to Laterno College in Texas. Where was that at? You were telling me.
It's in the northeast part of Texas.
So what was your degree, Bud?
I was going into, I was going to be a coach. And then after I got out of school, I changed. I went into construction. And then I got into construction management. And that's where I've been ever since. So,
how long have you been out in the New England area?
I've been out in New England since '91.
Wow.
So I was in Baltimore and Springfield, Virginia before that. I was there for about 4 years. So it's been a while since I've been back to Illinois.
And you still work?
Oh, yeah.
Now, any thoughts of retiring? But
no, there's been people at work that ask me when I was going to retire, and I tell them that maybe after one real good argument, and that'll be it for me. But I enjoy the work. I enjoy being around the people. So,
are you married?
Yes, I am. I've got 2 daughters. I have 4 grandsons, and
go ahead.
It's I enjoy the grandsons. The 2 oldest,
they are fun.
Yeah, they are. My oldest daughter, she's into martial arts, and her 2 sons are too. So it makes it interesting.
When did you get married?
I got married in '76.
70. Wow. Right. You've been married a long time.
Yes, I have.
Well, congratulations on your selection into the Hall of Fame. I've enjoyed hooking up with you on Facebook about 6 months ago, and I totally lost contact, and it's been nice to follow you a little bit.
Well, I appreciate it. I think we share some of the same views.
I know we do. Trust me, I can assure you of that one. Well, good luck with everything. And last question, as Treat gets the rebound off the miss into the front court over to King. King, little runner, rims out of there, and Blake Minzer with the rebound. What was it like for 50 years stepping into this gym? Other than the lights, it really hasn't changed, has it?
No, it's just like a lot of good memories.
Shot up and in by Colt Packer. He has 10, and it's 41-30, back up to an 11-point lead. Well, congratulations on yours and Maggie Ross's selection into the Hall of Fame. Much deserved.
Thank
you. Congratulations, and have a safe trip back out to New Hampshire and Boston.
Okay, thank you very much, Ron. It's good to see you.
Gary Jackson, our newest inductee into the Vienna Hall of Fame. And we're back to action. 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. Caden Vaughn Dayton Nichols, Owen Treat, Charlie King, and Tommy Holhumner. King steps to the right side with the ball. Into the paint. Forces the shot up. Can't get the roll. Blake tips it over to Guntner. And here they come into the front court. Down deep. Brandon has the ball knocked away from him. He picks it up out in the corner. Back out on to Guntner. Guntner goes right side, working against Nichols. Into the paint. Turns, spins, can't go anywhere. Gets it out to Blake. On the corner over to Brandon. Brandon out on top, over to Short. Short to Packer, and they set it up with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Right side, they dump it down to Packer on the baseline. He wrap-around pass, back out on top to Guntner, on top to Blake to Short. Short into the paint, kicks the left side over to Brandon, and he kicks it out of bounds. First turnover on Sesser here in this, that is the third turnover on Sesser here this half. 5:44 to go in the third quarter. Vienna finds themselves with an 11-point deficit. Right side to King. King is tripped. This will go against Brandon Minzer. That'll be Minzer's first. And coming back into the game, Tony Kistner. Kistner with 3 fouls. Packer has 2, Guntner has 2, and Minzer now with 1. First foul here in the half. King steps inside the arc, into the paint, picks up the dribble, out on top to Vaughn. Oh, what a nice pass into Nichols, and he is hammered. He'll go to the line for 2 on a great entry pass by Caden Vaughn. 25 with the foul. That is Kistner's 4th foul. Wow. And he's getting ready to quickly come out as Kyle Wilmore is getting ready to come back in. Somebody's opened the door. Dayton Nichols. Free throw, in and out. That thing was almost all the way below the cylinder and spun out of there. Vienna below 50% from the free throw line. They usually shoot above 70. Nichols, free throw, short. King battles for the rebound, gets it back, puts the shot up, no good. Nichols gets it back. He has the ball stripped away from him, and we're going to get a tie-up. 5 minutes and 17 seconds to go, and this tie-up will go to Sesser. Full court pressure by Vienna. They get it in over to Guntner. Guntner goes up the left side, picks up the dribble, kicks it back over to Short. Short back over to Guntner in the front court. Before they can get the double team, they get it to Blake. Back out on top to Guntner. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Out on top to Short, to Wilmore, over to Brandon. Brandon gets it to Packer, or Guntner, gets it on the baseline. Short for 3, back, misses it, stayed on the rim, and King with the rebound. King into the front court from Vaughn over to Holhumner to Treat in the left corner. Takes it in the paint, hooks it down to Nichols and throws it away. Holhumner on the rescue, and he is going to be fouled. Holhumner saved the turnover, and the foul will go on Sesser. 42, Blake Minzer, his second foul. Third team foul on Sesser this quarter. Treat has it way out on top with 4:30 to go. Treat tried to dump it downside to Nichols, gets it back and puts it up, no good. Nichols with the rebound, forces it up, no good. Fight for the rebound again. It's still loose. Nichols comes out of there with it. To Vaughn, to Holhumner, and Holhumner walks. 6 turnovers on Vienna, 4:18 to go in the third quarter. Treat had the shot from 8 feet, tried to get a layup, and the ball was stripped away and volleyballed. Blake gets it into Guntner. Guntner works against Vaughn, trying to get into the front court. Now he does. Kicks it left. Stolen by Holhumner. Holhumner goes down, lays it up. 21! Oh, baby, what a shot! Holhumner with the steal. He'll get the basket. And number 24, Packer, with his 3rd foul of the game. Holhumner has 9 points and can make it a traditional 3-point play and get his 10th point of the game. back to 9 points. This could be the closest Vienna's been in a long time with just an 8-point deficit if he makes this free throw. It is good. He's got 10 points on the evening, and it's 41-33. Full court pressure. Guntner into the front court. Left side. Shot up by Minzer. Brandon, no good. Follow up by Brandon's no good. In the front court, Nichols for the shot. Stays on the rim. Batted to Treat. Rim's out of there. Oh, baby. Blake Minzer with the rebound. Over to Guntner. Guntner into the front court. Over to Packer. 2 point-blank shots by Vienna. There must be a lid on the rim. They get it over to Short. Short on top to Brandon. Brandon Minzer, left side over to Guntner. 3:30 to go in the third quarter. Guntner picks up the dribble. They get it down to Blake. Blake has the ball almost stripped away from him. He's in trouble. Throws it over to Short, and they're going to get a charge on Blake Minzer. Minzer picks up his third foul. That is their 9th turnover. 5th this quarter. We have a technical foul called on Gabe Guntner. That'll be Gabe Guntner's third foul, and that'll pull him up to 16 fouls with 3:21 to go here in the third quarter. Owen Treat will shoot the free throws for Vienna. First free throw. Treat goes through his routine. His first free throw is good. 15 points on the evening for Treat, down to a 7-point deficit. Can he cut it to 6? A 2-possession game. And then Vienna will have the ball at center court. Second free throw by Owen is nothing but the bottom of the net. 41-35. Treat now with 16 points. Vienna with the basketball at center court. Charlie King will inbound it. Charlie King does not have a point here tonight. 3:21 to go in the third. In the backcourt to Vaughn. King comes around the double post on the low. King for 3. Kaboom! Charlie King drains a 3, and it's 41-38. Vienna within. Nichols steals it. Over to Treat. Treat wants to run to Vaughn. Vaughn puts it up. He's hammered. No call. Basket by Vienna. And we're going to have a timeout by Sesser. Vaughn with the basket. He has 5 points. It's a 60-second timeout. We'll take a 30 and be right back. Vienna within a point.
Rusty's Home Center in Anna, Vienna, and Goreville wishes all the teams in Union and Johnson counties good luck this basketball season. It's nice to see you back on the hardwood. Speaking of hardwood, go to Rusty's for all of your lumber needs for new construction or home repair. Or if you need new doors, new windows, a new roof, or you want a new kitchen, they can do it all at Rusty's Home Center in Anna, Vienna, and Goreville. Call Rusty's in Anna at 618-833-2101, in Vienna at 618-658-3761, or in Goreville at 618-995-5068.
Vienna on a 10-0 run to get back in this game. Sesser got the first basket of the second half, that by Colt Packer, and it was an 11-point Sesser lead, and Vienna on a 10-0 run to cut it to 1. This is the closest Vienna's been since they had the lead at 6-5. It'll be Sesser basketball at about three-quarter court. King, Vaughn, Nichols, Treat, and Holhumner. King with 2 fouls. Holhumner 1, Nichols 2, Treat 1, and Clay 1. Vienna does not have a foul this half. 6 on the Sesser-Vailer Red Devils, 3 on Guntner, 3 on Packer, 4 on Kistner, 3 on Blake Minzer, and 1 on Brandon Minzer. Blake looks to get it in, and he does. Over to Packer, into the front court. Vienna playing much more inspired basketball in the last couple of minutes. Packer right side to Guntner. Guntner looks inside, drives, takes a couple of dribbles, can't go anywhere. Ball's tipped, stolen by Nichols. Over to Treat. Treat into the front court to Vaughn. Vaughn back to King. King on the left side, out on top to Vaughn. Down, tried to get it into Nichols, saw him late, and it's thrown away. Coming into the other way. Short has it, takes it down, puts it up, and he's hammered. Dayton Nichols will probably pick up this foul. It is. That'll be Dayton Nichols' third. And it's getting the layup. Short will go back to 15 feet to have to hit two. Short with 12 points, 4 threes on the evening. 41-40. 2:27 to go in the third quarter. First free throw is good. He's got 13 points on the evening. He's just a freshman, Kyan Short. Second free throw is good. And it's a 3-point lead for Sesser-Vailer, 43-40. Vaughn comes into the front court, working against Short. Top of the key, left side over to King. King into the paint, left side to Hullhumner. Hullhumner thought about a three, doesn't take it. Treat will from the right corner. Kaboom! Oh, and Treat drains a three, and we're tied. 43-43. Into the front court comes Guntner, and Guntner is going to be fouled by Hullhumner. That'll be his second. That'll be the second team foul on Vienna with 2:03 to go in the third quarter. Packer will inbound the ball on the baseline. He gets it in to Brandon. Brandon out on top, over to Short. Short all the way down, puts blocked by Hullhumner, out of bounds. It'll be Sesser's ball. Tommy Hullhumner with the block. $1:57 to go in the third. We're tied 43-43. They look to get it in, and they do to Short. Short. Vienna playing much more inspired basketball, and Vaughn's going to pick up this foul. That'll be Caden Vaughn's first, team third. Packer will inbound the ball. Packer looking to get it in, and he's going to be fouled as they get it in to Brandon Minzer, and Hullhumner will pick up his third foul. 3 on Hullhumner, 3 on Nichols, 2 on King. 1:51 to go, and all of a sudden, Vienna's up to 4 team fouls. They get it into Guntner. Guntner, top of the key, steps inside the arc. Right side over to Blake. Blake Minzer working against King. Out on top with the ball, bounces it over to Guntner. Guntner from the right elbow, gets it on to Short. Oh, that's Packer, his shot up, no good. Nichols fights for the rebound and gets it over to Treat. Treat in the front court to Hullhumner, back to Treat. Treat into the paint, kicks it back to Vaughn. Vaughn left side to Hullhumner, down to Nichols. Nichols over to Treat. Treat, top of the key, maintains the dribble, goes right side to Hullhumner, back to Treat. Treat steps back beyond the arc with 1:15 to go. Treat gets by a little push-off, shot up and in, and Vienna with the lead, 45-43. They've come all the way back. Our 5th lead change of the game. Guntner into the front court with the dribble. He gets it to Blake. Blake, top of the key, takes a couple of dribbles out to the volleyball line. 55 seconds to go. Hands it off over to Brandon. Brandon, right corner over to Short. Out on top to Guntner. Ball's knocked loose. Guntner gets it back. Left side over to Blake. His three off the back of the rim. Nichols with the rebound. He gets it over to Treat. Treat into the front court with a pass over to King. King on the baseline. Kicks it out to Hullhumner. His three off the front of the rim. No good. Nichols with a rebound. Ball's tipped. Blake comes out of there with it. 8 turnovers on Vienna. Over to Guntner. 28 seconds to go. And Guntner's going to slow it up as he has finally crossed the 10-second line. He's exhausted. Vaughn on him. Knocked loose by Hullhumner. Over to by Vaughn. Over to Treat. Finger roll. Good! Oh, baby, what a play. On the turnover. Timeout called by Sesser with 11.8 seconds to go. 47-43. Vienna. We'll take a break and be right back.
We'll all leave a legacy of memories behind, and your wishes are of the utmost concern. Whether you choose traditional burial, cremation, or mausoleum entombment, let Bailey Monument Company in Vienna assist you with the design of a custom memorial. Since 2012, they have provided a full line of cemetery monuments, markers, mausoleums, cremation memorials, and pet memorials. Bailey Monument Company, 618-658-2311, a proud sponsor of Vienna Eagles and Lady Eagles basketball.
Vienna on a Sesser got the first basket of the third quarter. It was 41-30. From that point, Vienna's on a 17-2 run to come back and take the lead, 47-43, as we've outscored them 17-4 here in the third quarter. Their coach takes a timeout with 11.8 seconds to go in the third quarter as they are rattled. You could tell Sesser was getting exhausted, and Vienna, as they have started to get the turnovers, Sesser had 4 turnovers at halftime. They're up to 12. They've had 8 turnovers here in the third quarter. Vienna with 3 turnovers this quarter. 11.8 seconds to go. Blake Minzer can run the baseline. Full court pressure. Winterode, King, Vaughn, Treat, and Hallhubner. They get it into Guntner. Guntner with Elverode on him. Winterode, and we're going to have a foul on Caden Vaughn, I believe. It is Caden Vaughn's second. That'll be the 15th foul on Vienna. Blake Minzer with 6.5 seconds to go. Looks to get it in. Looks to get it in. Throws it in over the top, over to Guntner. Guntner working into the front court. Picks up the dribble, right side over to Parker. Parker, shot up, shouldn't count. And he's saying he was fouled. 8 minutes to go in the game. Vienna with a 47-43 lead. We'll be right back.
Vienna Automotive Center is much more than just tires, brakes, and oil changes. They can also work on your exhaust systems, engine and transmission replacements, digital vehicle inspections, transmission and coolant flushes, and brake system flushes. And talk to them about their induction cleaning service, a great way to improve your vehicle's performance and gas mileage. Vienna Automotive Center, 35 Industrial Drive, Vienna. Call 618-658-1112 for an appointment. Proud sponsor of Vienna Eagles and Lady Eagles basketball.
Your home is your sanctuary and your most valuable asset. Whether you live in a small apartment or a large house, your local Pekin Insurance agent has a homeowner's or renter's policy to meet your lifestyle and budget with expert claim service if the need arises. Protect your refuge today by requesting a free quote at PekinInsurance.com. In Vienna, contact Chester Lawrence at Lawrence & Bean Insurance Agency at 618-658-9121, and they'll go beyond the expected for you.
We're back here at Vienna High School, and Vienna with the basketball. Caden Vaughn behind the back dribble. Into the fourth quarter we go. Treat, Nichols, King, Winterode, and Vaughn, the 5 Eagles on the floor right now. Treat goes around the right side, kicks it off to King in the right corner, out on top to Winterode. His three-pointer off the rim, no good. Rebound comes out there to Packer. Packer brings it into the front court. Works against Treat. And throws it away, right to King. King was open. Vaughn over to Treat, little 5-footers, good! Owen Treat with 25, and it's 49-43. Vienna with their biggest lead of the game at 6 points. Packer directing traffic. Passes it in the front court to Short. Short couldn't get it to Brandon. He was wide open. Short for 3. Short off the rim. King with a rebound. King gets it over to Vaughn. Vaughn up to Treat. Treat with 7 minutes to go to King. Finger roll. Got it! Charlie King with 5. And it's 51-43. Vienna's on one heck of a run. Short down to Brandon. Lays it up and scores. That breaks a big run. Brandon Meisner with 12. 51-45. And that breaks a 21-2 run. King on the right side, picks it up over to Winter Road. Out on top to Treat. 6:38 to go in the game. Vienna's come back to take a 6-point lead. Right side to King. King, three-pointer, kaboom! Charlie King drains a three, and it's 54-45. 6:23 to go in the game. Vienna's varsity has not lost a game when they've hit 70 points this year. Left corner over to Packer. Packer holds the ball in the corner. Now he's going to slow it up and dribble out to the top. Now he goes baseline, double team. King's going to pick up the foul. Charlie King, that'll be his third. 3 on him, 3 on Hullhumner, 2 on Vaughn. On the other side, Guntner has 3. Packer has 3. Blake Minzer has 3. And Tony Kistner has 4. Colt Packer to the free throw line to shoot 2. His first free throw is good. 54-46 as he hits nothing but the bottom of the net. He has 11 points on the afternoon. They have 3 people in double figures. Kyan Short has 14. Packer now with 11 and 12 by Brandon Minzer. And we have a violation. Second free throw is good. Doesn't matter. Winter Road stepped in early. And Packer with 12 now. Into the front court comes Vaughn. Vaughn hands it off to Charlie King. King on the right side. In the right corner to Treat. Treat backs it up towards center court. 5:53 to go in the game. Winter Road. Left side over to Vaughn. Vaughn. Crossover dribble between the legs. Picks up the dribble. To Treat on the left wing. Treat looks inside. Brings it out to the volleyball line. Working against Brandon. Steps inside. Dumps it down to King. King's going to pick up the charge. That'll be his 4th foul. 9 turnovers on the Eagles. And they're doing a little mop-up work out there while I'm trying to catch up some stats. Vienna was 6 of 11 from the free throw line through 3 quarters. Sesser's 5 of 8 through 3 quarters. 10 points for Tommy Hullhumner, 25 now for Treat. 8 points for Charlie King, 5 for Dayton Nichols, 1 for Mercado Constante, and 5 points for Caden Vaughn. Ball's knocked loose. Packer comes out there with it. Packer gets over to Blake. Blake over the half line. Passes it back to Parker. Parker working against Vaughn. Gets by with a push-off. Kicks it out to Short. Short on top to Guntner, and they're going to set it up with 5:15 to go. Right side over to Packer. Packer launches the 3 off the rim. No good. Rebound by Guntner, and nice play to throw it off of Winter Road, and it will stay with Sesser. 5:08 to go in this basketball game. Vienna's trying to stay undefeated in the conference. It's been a slugfest. Guntner gets it to Parker, and Parker's going to pick up the charge. That'll be Parker's 4th. He's arguing he doesn't need to get a technical. That would be his 5th. That's the 14th turnover on Sesser. They had 19 in the first game. Vienna only had 11, and we're 9 right now. We had 5 in the first couple of minutes of the first quarter. Vaughn over to Treat. Treat will bring it into the front court. We're down to 5 minutes to go in the game. Treat, top of the key, goes right side. Kicks it off over to Vaughn. Vaughn on top to Winter Road. Right side to Treat. Long 3, short. Rebound by Vaughn. Vaughn, one of the smallest people on the floor, gets it out to Hullhumner. Hullhumner stows it away. Packer has it. Packer goes down, lays it up, and scores. Packer now with 14. Into the front court to Treat. 54-49. Treat out on top to Winter Road. 4:28 to go in the game. Winter Road working against Guntner. Hands it off to Vaughn. Vaughn in out on top, picks up the dribble, gets it to Treat. Treat working against Packer. Thought about a 3, doesn't take it. Now he's waiting for Packer to come out to him, and now he backs it out to run some clock. 4:10 to go in the game. 17 fouls on each team. We're in the bonus as long as it's not a player control foul. And Treat, right side to Winter Road. Winter Road bounces it to Vaughn. to Hullhumner. Hullhumner fake the three, doesn't take it, out to Winterroad. Winterroad to Vaughn. Winterroad, Vaughn working against Short, crossover dribble, over to Hullhumner. Hullhumner to Winterroad. Winterroad, left side over to Vaughn, down to Hullhumner. Hullhumner on top to Vaughn. To Winterroad, his wide open three off the back of the rim, tip up, knocked loose by Nichols, goes over to Guntner, to Parker. Parker into the front court with a 5-point deficit. Over to Guntner, right side to Short. Blocked by Treat, and Nichols can't save it. And Charlie King coming back in for Joe Winterroad. King, Vaughn, Treat, Nichols, and Hullhumner, the starting five for the Eagles. Tony Kistner back in with his 4 fouls, has the ball on the right side. Out on top over to Short. Short, top of the key, Guntner, left corner to Parker. His three, got it! Parker, Packer makes it 54-52. Vienna by a scant 2 points with 3 minutes to go in the game. Charlie Vaughn, almost stolen by Short. Vaughn has it in left corner for Treat. Treat doesn't take the three, dribbles out on top. 2:50 to go in the game. Treat working against Guntner. Right side to King. Wide open three. Kaboom! Charlie King drains a three. 57-52. Vienna. Guntner with the basketball. Working against King. Double King. Gets it over to Packer. Packer to the hole. Reverse layup is good. The junior makes it 57-54. Treat brings it into the front court with 2:23 to go in the game. What a game it's been. And Treat's going to have a blocking foul called on Guntner. And Treat will go to the free throw line. That'll be Guntner's 4th foul. Owen Treat will go to the line for a 1-and-1. Our first 1-and-1 of the night. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. It's a 3-point Vienna lead. It was 39-30 at halftime, and Sesser has scored 15 points this half. Vienna has scored 27, and they're wiping up the floor. I can't imagine a little perspiration down there. Get a nice squeak. Hullhumner gets some bonus points for maintenance. And that's about all that is. No points on the clock, and they want some more. And now, Mr. Guntner is going to play maintenance man. We do not want to get anybody hurt because of moisture on the floor. That's a good way to get a hamstring or a twisted ankle. So they finally got, I think, they're just about happy with the floor. And Owen Treat will have the basketball to shoot the front end of a 1-and-1. 2:20 to go in this basketball game. A whole lot closer than anybody would have thought it was going to be. Treat's free throw is good as it rattles around and stays in. He has 26 points on the night, and it's 58-54. Treat is ready again. Second is good, nothing but the bottom of the net. And it's 59-24, a 5-point Vienna lead, and we're down to 2:15. Guntner picks up the dribble over to Packer. Packer brings it into the front court. Kicks it right side to Short for three. Rims out of there. And Brandon Meisner with the rebound. Out to Kistner, his three, no good. Treat with the rebound. Treat trying to dribble out of trouble, working against Packer, into the front court. Passes it down to Nichols, lays it up and in! Oh, baby, what a pass and a shot by Nichols. 61-54. It's a 7-point Vienna lead. Into the front court, ball knocked away by Nichols from behind. Up to Treat, back to King. Shot up, no good, but he'll go to the line for two. Vienna looking to run. And Packer has, Guntner has just fouled out. And Packer is exhausted. Gabe Guttner has not scored this game. Blake Minzer comes back in. But this has been a valiant effort by the Sesser-Vailer Red Devils here tonight. 1:41 to go in the game, and Charlie King to the free throw line. He'll have 2 shots. His first is good. He has 12 points on the evening, 62 to 54, and it looks like Vienna is going to pull this off. What a war it has been. Charlie King's second free throw is good. He's got a baker's dozen at 13, and it's a 63-54 lead by the Eagles. Packer brings the ball into the front court. Crossover dribble into the paint. Kicks to the left corner for Brandon Minzer's three. No good. King fights for the rebound and comes out there with it. Over to Hullhumner. Baseball pass down to Treat. Treat's going to run clock over to Hullhumner. Down to Nichols. Nichols off the glass. Too strong. Tip up. King is fouled. Charlie King will go to the line. And I think it's 25 Kistner. If it is, that'll be his 5th. It is. Kistner fouls out with 2 points. And Charlie King back to the free throw line to shoot 2. 1 minute and 17 seconds to go in this game. And Vienna is going to survive, and that's the best way to describe this game. Charlie King takes an extra second, and the free throw is nothing but the bottom of the net. 64-54. It's a 10-point lead for the Eagles. With the win, they'll go to 23-3, 9-0 in the conference, but it has been a dogfight. King's second free throw is also good. He has 15 points, 65-54. Vienna won't hit the 70 mark, but they've played a good second half. Won't say a good game, but they have played a good second half. Short, out on top, over to Wilmore. His three off the glass and in. Wilmore for 3, 65-57. Vaughn with 53 seconds to go. Gets it over to Treat. Treat with Packer on him. Goes right side, and Packer will pick up the foul, and that'll be his 5th foul. Packer will have to sit down. He's got 7, 9 this quarter, 19 for the game. Oh, that's his 4th foul. Okay. I must have missed one somewhere. Can't imagine that. Treat will have 2 free throws. We are in the double bonus for sure. And the first is short. He can make it a full 3-possession game with a made free throw here. Owen, 27 points on the evening. And misses both of them. Blake Minzer with the rebound. Minzer gets it in the front court over to Packer. Packer on the baseline, kicks it out on top to Blake. Right side to Short for 3. Got it! Short with a 3, and it's 65-60. King with 31 seconds, and King is fouled. Foul on number 13, Kyler Wilmore. His first. And Charlie King back to the free throw line. He's hit 4 straight this quarter. 31.2 seconds to go. It's just a 5-point lead. Free throw is good. 66-60. This is a big free throw right here. It makes it a 3-possession game. With 31.2 seconds to go, we saw against Anna Jonesboro how much time doesn't mean in that game. Charlie King's second free throw is good. Whistle sounds. Vienna wants a 30. 67-60. Vienna will take a 30 and be right back.
Susie and Danny Joe Trevelyan, along with Joel and Judd and the families of Trevelyan Farms in Grantsburg, wish the Vienna boys and girls basketball teams good luck. Congratulations to the seniors for all your dedication and hard work. And good luck, not only this season, but for the rest of your lives. Once again, good luck to all the Vienna teams from Trevelyan Farms.
Charlie King has hit 14 points this quarter. He has 17 for the game. He had no points at halftime, hit 1 3-pointer in the third, and has hit 2 3-pointers, a deuce, and 6 of 6 from the free throw line this quarter for 17 points total. Sesser-Vailer's basketball, length of the floor to go. So 17 for King, 10 for Hallhumner, and 27 for Treat. They get it into Packer brings it into the front court, working against Vaughn. 25 seconds to go. Wide open three, got it! He drains a three, it's 67-64. King almost throws it away and does. It's loose up in the air, and Nichols falls down and walks. Vienna not playing control on that one. That is their 11th turnover of this game. They had 11 in the last game, and with 10.6 seconds to go, it's 67-63. Packer again, air ball. Treat with the rebound, and Treat is fouled with 3 seconds to go, and Vienna is going to win this basketball game. Wilmore will pick up the foul. 67-63. Wilmore picks up his second foul, and Vienna is going to eke out of here with a victory here tonight. Owen Treat with 2 free throws with 3 seconds exactly to go. His first free throw is good. He has 28 points on the evening, and he can make it a 6-point lead to full two-possession game with 3 seconds to go. Vienna's going to come out of here with a victory, but I guarantee you Coach Dreer will not be happy with the overall effort here tonight. He'll be happy with the second half. Second free throw rims out of there. Blake with it, over to Wilmore. His half-court shot is no good, and that's how the game comes to a close. 68-63. Vienna with the victory here tonight. We'll total everything up and be back for our postgame show after these messages.
Hi, I'm Steve Fowler, owner of Fowler Heating and Cooling. Did you know that we are your true local solar power installer right here in Southern Illinois? Let Fowler Heating and Cooling bring you the power of the sun. Many installations require little or no money out of your pocket. And at Fowler Heating and Cooling, our name goes on everything we do, so you know you're getting the best solar power services in the area. Learn more at FowlerHeatingandCooling.com or call us today at 997-5288.
Whether a college education is a distant dream you hold for a newborn child or a financial imperative staring you in the face, it's important to take swift steps to begin meeting this challenge. Next to retirement planning, paying for your children's education could be the largest expense that your family will bear. To learn more about flexible college savings programs, contact Rodney Golson at Golson Financial Services, 618-658-7008. He can help you plan today for tomorrow's college education expenses. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC.
Southern Trust Bank in Vienna would like to wish Vienna Eagle Boys Coach Dreer and Vienna Eagle Girls Coach Metcalf good luck this basketball season. Southern Trust Bank is locally owned with branches in Goreville and Marion and an ATM at the Lake of Egypt. With home interest rates at record lows, call them for help lowering your monthly mortgage payment or let them assist you in buying that new house. Or talk to them if you need financing for a new auto or truck. Southern Trust Bank, 618-658-8888.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience. You can even request the same tax pro every year, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. At H&R Block, help is here. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
This is Mary Kay Harris from your locally owned H&R Block. Every dollar counts, and you can count on us to get every credit and every deduction you deserve, with or without the office visit.
Larry and Ned Trevelyan of Trevelyan Brothers Construction would like to wish the Vienna Eagles boys and girls basketball teams good luck this season. Call Trevelyan Brothers Construction for a bid for any residential or commercial construction need. They also can provide landscaping for your residential or commercial projects. Trevelyan Brothers Construction is located at 1915 State Route 146 East, Vienna, Illinois. Give Ned Trevelyan a call to set up a time for a quote at 618-658-4590.
The Goddard family at Goddard's Auto Body would like to welcome the Vienna girls and boys back to the hardwood. Goddard's Auto Body provides 24-hour towing, collision repair, brakes and shocks, alignments, oil changes, and configure your car or truck with a new set of tires. Goddard's Auto Body is located at 865 Old Route 146 Loop. Call them at 618-658-3191 and see what Goddard's Auto Body can do for you. From the Goddard family at Goddard's Auto Body, good luck to the Vienna girls and boys this season. Go Eagles!
And we're back here where the Vienna Eagles survives against the Sesser-Vailer Red Devils tonight, 68-63 in a nail-biter. And we won back a couple of weeks ago, 76-49 at their house, and they came down here with a different game plan, and they almost pulled off a shocking victory here tonight. And they lose this one by the score of 68-63. They hit 10 three-pointers for the game, and Vienna hit 9 three-pointers for the game. So here's the stats that we have. 63 points for Sesser-Vailer. They had 15 turnovers for the game. 22 points for Colt Packer. He was their leading scorer. And 17 points for Kyan Short. He had 4 threes in the first half, hit 1 3 in the fourth quarter, 2 free throws for his 17 points. Brandon Minzer had just 10 points at halftime, only 1 field goal in the second half as they shut him down. He had 12 points, so they had 3 people in double figures. 7 points for Blake Minzer, 2 points for Tony Kistner, and 3 points for Kyler Wilmore as he hit 1 3. They were 7 of 10 from the free throw line for 70%. They had 15 turnovers for the game. 11 of those 15 came in the second half when Vienna was trying to speed them up. Vienna had 3 people in double figures, 28 points for Owen Treat, 17 points for Charlie King. All 17 of those points came in the second half, 14 of them in the fourth quarter. Tommy Hallhumner had 10 points. It was 7 for Dayton Nichols, 5 for Caden Vaughn, and 1 for Marquedo Constante here today. Buddy Clay did not score. He was 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Vienna was 15 of 23 from the free throw line. We win the free throw battle by 8 points. We win the game by 5 points. 11 turnovers for Vienna. They had 5 They had 5 early in the first quarter as they helped Sesser build up a lead. They had a 19-12 lead. Their biggest lead was 11 points at 13 points. A couple of different times they had a 13-point lead, the last being 34-21 late in the second quarter. And we'll get Coach Dreer the headset here. And Vienna, Coach, I said Vienna survived this basketball game.
That's very accurate.
I was just going over some stats here. Vienna had 5 turnovers quickly in this game, and They had the lead. We had the lead 6-5. They hit a three-pointer to take an 8-6 lead, built it up to 19-12 at the end of the first quarter, took it out to a 34-21 lead as we were outscored 15-9 at that point in the second quarter. We finally cut it back to a 2-point deficit, and for the quarter at 20-18 as they had a 9-point lead at halftime, and we were licking our wounds going into the halftime as we had not played very good basketball in the first 16 minutes of play.
No, that's an understatement, certainly.
The third quarter, we turned it around. They scored the first basket out of the box in the third quarter to take an 11-point lead, and then we go on a 17-2 run to take the lead, 47-43 at the end of three quarters, and it was back and forth the fourth quarter. We win the fourth quarter 21-20, come away with a hard-fought 5-point victory here this evening, 68-63, and this is an amazing stat to me. They hit 7 of 10 free throws for 70%. We hit 15 of 23 for 65%, but we win the free throw battle by 8 points, win the game by 5 points.
Right, yep. And we didn't shoot it very well tonight, certainly from the free throw line. That's uncharacteristic, as you know. But we mentally weren't here for much of that game. We definitely challenged them at halftime and maybe threatened them and a few other things. But you know, kids just don't understand. An underdog comes in, and they've got a mental hill to climb starting out. And if you make that hill a molehill, then they get tougher and tougher and tougher, and that's what they did. They got better as the game progressed. They looked good. I thought their team played very, very well. The officials told me that this crew had them last week, and they didn't look anything like this. But they played very well. We've got to. We're not the kind of team that can walk out there and scare people to death, and they fall over and just give us the victory. We got to play defense. We got to play together. We were disjointed. We couldn't remember anything. I mean, we just cannot play like that and expect any different result than we got in that first half. Now, that's not to take anything away from them, because I thought Sesser was much improved. I think he's done a great job with them, and we just enhanced their season a little bit, I think.
I was talking to their head coach, Tommy Holder, before the game started. We talked for probably about 7 or 8 minutes, and he told me that this is his 10th different starting lineup tonight. And he put a much taller, more physical lineup out there. And back on the January 3rd, we won that game at their house 76-49, and it was a completely different Sesser team that walked out here on the floor tonight to take on the Vienna Eagles than the team we saw up there 3 weeks ago. And what's really amazing was they really did. They started a couple of people that did not see a whole lot of action against us up there, but they had a completely different mindset.
Right, certainly did. And they shot the three better, but they were wide open threes. And the second half, we didn't give them quite as many wide open attempts, and we put a little more pressure on their ball handling, and made a few things happen. But yeah, they're if you let teams do what they like to do, they're probably going to be pretty good at it.
Well, they only had 4 turnovers at the end at halftime. They finished the game with 15, so we turned them over 11 times in the second half, and that was critical because a lot of those came as we got layups going the other way. We finally got the momentum going, and quite honestly, you could tell Colt Packer, he was gassed. He was out of gas at the end of the game, and his shots were a little bit short because of that. But it was a good thing we have some stamina, because we needed every bit of it here this evening.
Right. Yeah. And I didn't substitute very much tonight, and there were a couple things there, but I felt like this is the kind of game that we've got to get by and learn from in order to progress and to be ready for this second season, which is rapidly closing down on us. First lesson I've already mentioned, we've got to be ready to play from the get-go, and we can't take anybody for granted. Not anybody.
Now we got some. We have a non-conference game Tuesday night against Hamilton County. That will be, thank goodness they're home, but we have Hamilton County here. We have Johnson City a second time here, Christopher here, and then Goreville. We don't, in those 4 games, there is not anybody that you can say, oh, we just step out on the floor and we're going to have a win.
No, absolutely not. Yep. Yeah, we'll have to play. And that's good because this is the time of year you start to really roll and you start to get the momentum going. And if you're going to be a second season team, this is when it proves out.
Well, scoring-wise, they had 3 people in double figures. Colt Packer had 22, 17 for Kyan Short, 12 for Brandon Minzer, and he had a heck of a first half. He had 10 points in the first half. You held him to 1 basket in the second half. It was Colt Packer that picked it up. He had 8 points at halftime, just 1 deuce in the third quarter, but he exploded for 12 points in the fourth quarter. Charlie King, he had no points at halftime, just 1 3 in the third quarter. He exploded for 14 points in the fourth quarter. And Treat, he had 3 points, then 11, then 9, and then 5 in the fourth quarter for a game-high 28 points here tonight. But you just can't say this one person. Everybody had a spot in this at different points in the game.
Yeah, I thought that Dayton did a really good job on recovery in the second half, getting back to the basket and got a couple steals late. Those were layups for them, wide open, easy layups in the first half, and he got back and got between them and made steals. The other part is that he knocked the ball loose a bunch on the offensive glass. He didn't always come down with it, but he kept them from getting it, and we eventually got it and got another shot.
Also, we rebounded much better, especially in the fourth quarter, than we did earlier in the game.
Sure.
You had Nichols and Hullhubner and Charlie King. Charlie King was in there, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah.
And they'd get the ball to Vaughn or Treat, and they're always looking to explode down the other way, and we got a lot of layups. Where they were doing that to us, they were running our tail off in the first half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is unusual.
Yeah. Well, we, again, if you're not mentally ready to play, you feel lethargic, and that's how we look to me. And it shows. You're missing free throws, you're missing layups, you're missing wide open threes that we normally don't miss. And so it's a combination. Not only do you sacrifice a lot on the defensive end, but then you don't score well either because you're kind of flat. And we just we're lucky to get by this one. I feel like this was another instance like AJ where we were not really ready to play. That's my fault. I didn't think so in pregame. The JV wasn't ready. We had a long trip last night and played well last night, so I think they thought that was enough. But fortunately, they picked it up at halftime.
Exactly. Well, it's much nicer to be sitting here talking about the things we didn't do right with a victory than it would be sitting here talking about the things that didn't go right with a loss.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
The JV lost for their second time this year and their first conference game. And the varsity stays undefeated in the conference. We are now 8-0 in the conference, and we improved to 23-3. Or no, we're 9-0 in the conference, and 23-3 overall. And we got some, like we mentioned, some big games coming down the final couple of weeks here as we get to the regional on the 18th.
Yeah, we've got 3 more conference games to play in the end here, and that's That's kind of unusual. A lot of times you don't do that, but I actually kind of like it because it makes them a little bit more important, and maybe we don't have this kind of slip up very often.
Well, 5 of our last 5 out of 6 games in a row are conference games, and you can't look past anybody. Yeah, we may have beaten them in the first time around, but they're going to make adjustments. They're not going to do the same thing they did the second time as they did the first time.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And so adapt.
Yep.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a good victory here tonight. Much closer than what everybody expected, but a good second half. We outscored them 38-24 in the first half after we were outscored 39-30 in the first half. And that's the mark of a good team, to make some adjustments at halftime and come back and play much more like we expect them to in the second 16 minutes.
Right. Yes. I was grateful that they have that gear and they turned it on and went after it. They had enough pride to go and get that one because it wasn't easy. So I admire that. I like that. But what I told him was, the important thing is do that only when we've played real well and we still need a little oomph. Okay? Don't take for granted that you've got that gear back there, because it something may go wrong.
It may go haywire.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, congratulations on a good victory. Thanks for coming up, and it's nice to be home finally.
Oh,
and
yes.
have a little home cooking instead of having to travel all over Southern Illinois.
Yeah. Well, it is nice. I guess we got 3 more in a row at home, so it's been quite a gamble here for a while. So.
Well, we'll see you Tuesday night against
you.
the Hamilton County Foxes.
Yeah, and they're 6'9",
6'5" or 6'6", something like that.
Yeah, but I don't know how much the big kid weighs, but it's a bunch.
He's a bunch. He's a load.
Yep, he certainly is, and he's got touch. He's got good feet. He's a really good player. I really am envious, because he can really play on the offensive end, especially.
Does he step out and shoot the 3?
No, I haven't seen him do that anyway. Okay. I'm not saying he couldn't.
Well, I know their 6'5" or 6'6" boy can.
Yes, he can.
And they have a good inside-outside game.
Yeah.
And they will be, it was a war when we went up there last year, up their place, and I expect the exact same thing down here Tuesday night.
Yep, I do too. Yeah, it'll be an interesting game. And they'll make us, they'll push us. They'll make us do some things right.
Well, it's, as you said, we're down to the crunch time. We're down to our last 5 games. And it's, this is setting the table for what kind of expectation we have and what kind of mojo we're going to have going into the regional tournament.
That's right.
Because that's important.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Coach, thank you, and see you Tuesday night.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Ron.
Head Coach Steve Dreer, and we are very glad that we pulled this puppy out here tonight. But as you heard, to say that it was a struggle is a gross understatement. It was an absolute war here this evening, and the Vienna Eagles prevailed 68-63. The JV lost tonight. They dropped to 13-2 and 5-1 in the conference. The varsity improves to 23, and no, they're looking at the wrong one. So the JV, they dropped to 14-1. This was their first conference their first loss of the year, and they're 8-1 in the conference for the JV. And the varsity with the win, they improved to 23-3. They are 9-0 in the conference, and with that, they can tie 4 other teams Tuesday night with the 24th win. And I don't know if that had anything to do with this, looking down the road a little bit or not. But everybody and their brother knows that they're 1 game away now from tying 4 other teams with the most wins in the boys' side. The record on the girls' side, they had 28 wins back and a while ago and quite a few years ago. But we'll talk about more about that down the road. But with the victory, Vienna is moving forward, and I was just trying to find my totals here, or my cheat sheets, but I can't find it right now. So we'll talk about that stuff later. And Tuesday night could be a record-setting night. I do want to say something that I misspoke, and I didn't mean to. I was going off of what I was told. But in the 2006-2007 season, Vienna not only won the regional, but they did win the first game of the sectional that year, 2006-2007. It would have been the 2007 portion of that season. They won, and they made it to the sectional championship game, and that was with Derek Trevelyan and Brett Thompson and that group. And they, Jamie Curley was on that team, and they lost by 2 points in the sectional championship game that year. So I want to make that correction from last night, and I was going off of what some information had told me, and I took that as the way it was, and I want to make that correction. So that's going to wrap everything up here tonight as the Vienna Eagles come from behind and knock off the Sesser-Vailer Red Devils 68-63. I'm Ron Ellis for WIBH and the Vienna High School Connection. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here this evening. The girls, they don't play again until Thursday, February the 2nd against Goreville right here at Vienna High School, and the boys will be in action Tuesday night against Hamilton County Foxes right here at Vienna High School. So I'm Ron Ellis. Thanks for your time this time. Until next week. So long, everybody, from Vienna High School.
That concludes this Vienna Eagles basketball broadcast here on WIBH Net 3. This Eagles basketball broadcast has been brought to you in part by Southern Trust Bank, Goddard Auto Body, Edward Jones Financial Advisor Russ Kruger, Golson Financial Services, Trevelyan Brothers Construction, Lawrence Bean Insurance Agency, Bailey Monument Company, Rusty's Home Centers, H&R Block of Anna, Trevelyan Farms, Vienna Automotive Center, and Fowler Heating and Cooling. This has been a presentation of WIBH Sports.